What is up, everybody? Welcome into Going Long on 100.3 The GOAT. Chase Coburn alongside Matthew Heiserman, Josh Wolliver, and Connor Long. Today we have a great topic to talk about. With the NFL season just around the corner, everyone loves offense. But which one is actually the best in the National Football League? Josh, I'm going to start with you. Who do you see has the best offense in the NFL?
Well, this team went to the Super Bowl last year. No, I'm not talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, but I am, in fact, talking about the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, it's not all about the quarterback play in the league. I think Brock Purdy is manageable. He's obviously not the best, but he can get the job done. You have the explosive backfield. Christian McCaffrey, I think Elijah Mitchell is actually sincerely underrated. I really like his ability to come out as an RB2. He was very efficient as an RB1 before Carolina dealt McCaffrey to the 49ers. And I haven't even mentioned the wide receiver room. Come on, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. You have George Kittle at tight end. The offensive line is awesome. What more could you ask for out of an offense?
I think the only question right now is if Brandon Ayuk is actually going to stay in San Francisco with all those reports. Matt, we're going to go over to you here. You have a different direction with this one?
Yes, I do, Chase. And my direction is South United States, Miami Dolphins. I mean, first we got to look at the wide receiver core. Maybe the best wide receiver duo in the NFL with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. We look at the running backs. Raheem Mostert led all players in rushing touchdowns last year with, I believe, 21. And then you also have Devon Achane, who's going to take the league by storm this season. Tua Tagovailoa, of course, he's had some injuries in his career, but when he can avoid those injuries, statistically, he's a top 5 quarterback in the league. So I definitely think that they are the best offense in the NFL.
Top 5 quarterback in the league. That's interesting. Now, we haven't really gone with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Are we going to get that here? Are the Chiefs the best offense? 2-time champs going for a 3-peat?
No, Chase, I'm not going to go with the Chiefs today. I'm going to actually pick a really interesting one. Team made it to the NFC Championship game last year, the Detroit Lions. You know, they just had real players step up, if you really think about it. Jared Goff, after coming off of a really disappointing 2022 season, showed out in 2023. And then, I mean, with his pass catchers, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Pro Bowl season. Josh Reynolds had a great year behind St. Brown. Unfortunately, he is no longer a Lion. But Sam Laporta, the 4th-round pick, really stepped up. And the offensive line's been playing great. So, that's my pick.
Absolutely. Detroit is a good pick, but we actually do have a caller, it appears, from Boston, Massachusetts. Take it away.
Hey guys, long time listener, first time caller. I want to say that you guys are all wrong. The best offense in the NFL is by far the Houston Texans. You have a top 5 quarterback in C.J. Stroud. You have Tank Dell and Nico Collins, and then you go out and get a top 10 receiver in Stephon Diggs. You add Joe Mixon, and this offense is very good. You have a good offensive line. They're the best offense in the NFL by far.
Thank you so much for that call. And yeah, Matt, I know you're actually very high on the Texans this season. What do you feel about that? Because he's absolutely right. We have seen the progression from C.J. Stroud. They added a ton of offensive pieces. Tank Dell is a fan favorite here at this camp. So can you kind of tell me a little bit about what you think of the Houston Texans and their offensive group?
Yeah, so I think that when we look at the Texans, I think the only reason that they are separated from a team like the Dolphins is experience. Because you have C.J. Stroud, he's just going into his 2nd season in the NFL. And then, of course, Tank Dell also going into his 2nd season. You don't have those guys necessarily like Tyreek Hill who have been in the league. Their experience, they can really lead an offense by themselves. Devon Achane is going to learn from Raheem Mostert, who's a veteran. And I just think overall, experience-wise, I do love C.J. Stroud, but having a 2nd-year quarterback leading your team to a championship as the best offense might be unrealistic. So I'm still going to have the Miami Dolphins, but I do think that the Texans do have a great offense.
You know, we got to go to commercial break soon, but Connor, I want to ask you real quick. Baltimore or Kansas City gets no love. You know, you have the MVP and the Super Bowl MVP not even mentioned in this conversation. Can you kind of touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I wouldn't choose the Chiefs for is I don't think they have enough depth really in the wide receiver room. You look, and that offense is kind of spearheaded by star quarterback Patrick Mahomes and star tight end Travis Kelce. In terms of the wide receiver room, yes, they did add Hollywood Brown in free agency, but is that enough to really separate them from the rest of the teams? I don't think so. In terms of the Ravens, I definitely think they made an improvement from 2022 and 2023 in terms of production in offense. You mentioned Keaton Mitchell has been a great RB2. They just added Derrick Henry along with Zay Flowers, who had a very successful rookie campaign.
Absolutely, there are so many different offenses alongside Matthew Heiserman, Josh Wolliver, and Connor Long. We will see you after this break from State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. I'm Chase Coburn, and we will see you next time.